Hey! Do you know what nano means? It means small, very small. It is 1,000,000 times smaller than the smallest measure on a ruler. If you want to get an idea of how small a nanometer really is, you'll need to take a piece of hair from your head. Go on, it won't hurt. Got it. Now take a good close look at that strand of hair. Not much to look at, is it? If we were to shrink you down, smaller than the smallest thing you can see with the naked eye, you will find that your piece of hair starts to look a lot more interesting. You are now about the size of a red blood cell. Your strand of hair is a massive tree compared to you. Even at this size, you're still about 1,000 times too big to be considered nano. To get you down to the nanoscale, we will have to shrink you to about 100 nanometers tall. Hey, where are all the lights? You are now smaller than the wavelength of visible light. You are practically invisible. But for the sake of demonstration, I think we should turn on some lights. At this size, the red blood cell is 1,000 times bigger than you are. It is like an enormous stadium. Welcome to the nanoscale. You could probably hold a common cold virus in your hands quite comfortably now. The rhinovirus is only about 30 nanometers across and is nearly impossible to see next to the red blood cell. A red blood cell is too big to be considered nano. However, it's made up of all kinds of nanomaterials. If you were to look close enough, you would see that the outer walls of the cell are stabilized by a flexible, mesh-like protein skeleton. The bars and connectors that make up this mesh are considered part of a nanomaterial. Without these reinforcing nanostructures, the cell would be much more fragile and not nearly as flexible. It wouldn't stand a chance in your body. Everything is made up of nanomaterials. Nanomaterials are an arrangement of molecules and atoms that, when combined, create stable building blocks that can be made into larger, more complex materials and structures. Which is pretty much everything, including this little piece of hair. I bet you didn't think there was so much going on in such a small amount of space. So what can you do with the nanoscale? A lot. You can choose something that interests you. First, you need to understand two different things: nanoscience and nanotechnology. Nanoscience means discovering, researching, and understanding all things nano. Nanotechnology is the practical application or use of nanoscience. Before you can build something out of nanomaterials, you need to understand how things at the nanoscale work and come together. Nanoscientists spend most of their time learning the mysteries of the nano world. They are the great explorers of a universe too small to be seen with the human eye. They discover and create the building blocks for nanotechnologists to use. Nanotechnologists use nanomaterials to create nanotechnology. This could be anything from the lighter and stronger building materials of today to the highly advanced nanoscale computers of the future. But if the world of small things doesn't interest you, then maybe you'd prefer a much larger scale? Maybe you'd like a job in the arts or technology? Nanotechnology can be used in the fibers of fabrics to make them stronger, more resilient, brighter, and lighter. Clothes that make body movement into usable energy are being developed right now. While you're wearing these nano-enhanced fashions, you'll be able to charge your phone or laptop as you walk. Nanotechnology will change the way clothes are made and used in every way imaginable. Perhaps you could design better fire-resistant suits for firemen, or protective gear for race car drivers. Nanotechnology is already being used in car racing. Stronger and lighter nanomaterials are being developed that will help the car to go faster without making it weaker. In the future, highly efficient fuel based on nanoscience will make the engine last longer, go further and faster than ever before. High adrenaline racing isn't your thing? Perhaps you'd prefer to help people who are sick or injured, or maybe you're more interested in discovering ways to stop people from getting ill in the first place. The medical world is full of potential when it comes to uses for nanotechnology. Picture how much more effective surgery would be if you didn't have to cut someone wide open to help them, or give them hundreds of pills to make them feel better. What if you could implant a tiny robot into someone's body and use it to find out what's wrong with them? Maybe the robot could deliver nanomedicine directly to where it's really needed. There are so many ways that nanoscience and nanotechnology can improve the medical industry. In fact, every industry may one day benefit from nanoproducts. Today, we're only at the start of a great nano adventure. You could be part of some of the greatest science discoveries ever made. You could be the one to find exciting and creative ways to implement the discoveries for others. The only limitation is your imagination.